good evening, morning. Now, I bet you're asking yourself, why are you saying it like that? Well, I'm kind of tired, but I ain't bobblehead tired like a 3-year-old sitting there fighting his sleep. But I'm somewhere in that area. So we're going to see what we working with today. I'm going to try to get this out tonight. And, yeah, I guess I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. If you kicked it with... I'm sorry. This is why I don't do videos. Like, I'm sorry. I'm ignorant. Let's get it started.
Speaking of that, you know what's crazy? This is why you shouldn't tell anybody things you want to do in life.
I mean, not even that. A lot of times people will take your idea, utilize what you were going to do. It's best to keep it to yourself if you want to do anything. So my best advice, if you're going to do it, go ahead and do it. Because if you're sitting around talking about it and telling everybody about it, you're spending more time that you could have been dedicated to whatever it was you was trying to do, telling them what to do or what you had in mind, and then they go off and do it. Now you're mad. That's how it goes.
So, like, you know, put it like this. So when you have like goals and aspirations, take it from me. Don't ever tell nobody in the general public or friends and family anything you want to do.
Yeah, that's actually a fact. Because to keep it real with you, more times than not, people always want to either make fun of what you're doing, hate on what you're doing, and you have like maybe one or two generally that want to see you succeed or be happy that you're successful. But I see, like, growing up, a lot of times what I have seen is people will hear what you got going on, act like they co-sign what you're doing, but then they'll make fun of you in the background, talk crazy about you in the background. And the minute that you're successful at whatever it is you're doing, then all of a sudden they want to act like they were on board the whole time. More times than not, whenever you're doing something that's not conventionally normal or what they're expecting of you to do, they're going to make fun of it. They're going to talk trash about it. They may not say it to your face, but overall, they don't believe in you. And hey, they have free will to do so. That's not a big deal. Who cares? The only thing that you got to do is do the best you can to accomplish whatever goal that is versus half-assing it and then blaming everybody else when it fails. Because only you can control how it goes.
Because no matter what you do in life, for some reason, they're going to act like even though you're doing much better than them, they're still going to try to set the bar higher for you when they're not doing even close to anything you're doing that's better.
Not necessarily. It's not always setting the bar higher, but sometimes people's expectations, they do expect you to be further or they do expect you to be doing better considering what they have seen you accomplish or whatever it is you're doing. Sometimes people will see certain things or certain expectations from people and see it as hate. Sometimes it can also be admiration. And it can also be that they seen you as more of a hero kind of a figure than they seen themselves. They believed in you more than they believed in themselves. So sometimes it's not always them looking down or you're trying to slight you. I'm not saying that it's not, but you can't always look at things with a negative lens and it's always somebody hating all the time because that's not always the case. And some people just suck at communication too. So that can also be a factor that they don't even mean anything by it, but they're not good at getting their point across or trying to express how they truly feel about it or what they're truly trying to say.
Like, for me, it'll be people that aren't fucking with me at all, even a 0.5%, a 0.1%.
Boy, this troll life got you on full-blown paranoia. This man losing it.
But since I opened up my fucking mouth so many times throughout the years and told people that my passion is acting and I want to do this and do that, because it's always been like my dream, right? My whole fucking life. So niggas that don't be doing it will have the audacity to ask me, oh, what's good with your acting? Or
I mean, how was that audacity? If you look, this is what I'm gonna say, because on this aspect, that's complete paranoia. You just assume that everybody's trolling you. Like, if you go around telling people, I want to be an actor, I'm acting, or you're doing this interview, or you're on Adam 22, or you're at this game show awards, they're asking you because they want to know. They're interested if you're doing anything else. They're interested to see if you're moving up to the next level. A lot of times when people want to do ground level support, a lot of times people want to support you at the bottom when they see you having traction. People don't want to support people who aren't doing anything. So it's mighty funny to me. Look, this is what I'm gonna give you as a prime example. When you went off doing things, yes, you had negative comments, yes, you had trolling, but you also had a lot of congratulations in your comment sections as well. Now, a lot of people may have slighted you, but they still said, all right, you went out and you did, okay, you doing something. Like, despite the fact that they're trolling you, they still gave you your props. I'll read the comments. So you can't sit here and say that, oh, it's just because they hating and they want to see me down bad. And yes, if you say you want to be an actor, they're going to ask you, how is it going? Because when it's all said and done, you might even know somebody. You might even be able to help them out with something if they're doing something. So again, it's not always ill intent when they're asking, because if you are moving up and you are doing things, they may be interested in wanting to do it too. And if you be willing, they would definitely accept the help, even if it doesn't hurt to try. So sometimes it can also be an opportunity for them to move up as well. So you can't always, and you can't blame a person for trying to move up, because you'll sit here and do this literally on your stream with people you quote unquote say that you like and you don't like. You fake RIPs and everything else. So it's crazy to me how you can comment on somebody else's character when you yourself isn't even 100% genuine. You be out here faking it to make it as well. So how can you blame them for asking you questions that you put the information out for?
You got any gigs booked? Or hey, what's up, bro? I haven't talked to you in a while. Like, have you booked any gigs?
And with situations like that, you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna ask, oh, you got anything coming up? Can I go and check it out? Or do you have anything like on Tubi or on any networks so I can watch it? Because when they see it, a lot of times people are gonna watch it just because you're in it. A lot of people have other people watch it just because you're in it. You know, I know a lot of people who do films. I know people who got stuff on Netflix, Tubi, and all that. And one thing that you got to understand is people like being in close proximity to people who are making moves. But it's all about how you see it. And if hating is your motivation to make you feel like that's your drive to make you, if you want to believe that that's your motivation and your drive to keep you going, to work harder, to push you harder, if you feel like that's what you need, okay, yeah, that's cool. But I don't see this progression. Like I'm watching, but I'm not seeing the progression. I see the aggravation, I see the irritation, but I'm not seeing the progression. I could be wrong. I don't know your personal life. All I can go off of is what I see. And from what I'm seeing, I ain't seeing progress.
I'm like, do the niggas that have the audacity to ask me these type of questions not understand how difficult it is to even get to a level to where you could even be noticed for acting in the first place? Like, niggas act like
so mentally untouchable. Why are you so fazed about them asking a question about something they don't know about? In one turn, you're saying you're upset about something they asked you about when you volunteered the information. And then when they're asking the information, you're getting upset that they're asking the information. It's up to you to explain to them how it works. They don't know anything about it. That's why they're asking you. Like, what's wrong with you?
You could just book. Bro, I know actors right now but played on hella shows, haven't worked in years. So it's like,
talk on me, check. But what does that have to do with a simple yes or no? I mean, they asked the question for a very simple answer. Are you working on any new projects? Nah, not at the moment. Boom, it's that simple. I don't get why it's got made into such a big thing when it really ain't that deep.
The fact that when you tell people your dreams and aspirations, and regardless, like, bro, look at me. Like, I literally was working at fucking Goodwill, like hella years ago, was working at fucking GNC and literally made it happen from scratch. And then people got the audacity. You know, I was living in an apartment, I got a house now, everything. Still been doing my thing for multiple years. You go to my social media platform, the numbers don't lie. I got authentic numbers on all my shit. We
debatable.
Do 100+ K every reel, damn near. TikTok got good numbers.
TikTok and Instagram pay pennies.
Twitter, I'm triple digit. Everything like it.
Wasn't you just complaining about the payout on Twitter? I ain't ever heard nobody be like, man, that Twitter check was hidden. Or man, that TikTok payment was on point. Or man, Instagram really cut me a check. I've never heard it. On TikTok, millions of views will get you like $100 if you're lucky. On Instagram, the reels, you gotta get like 10 million views just to get like $150 or $200. So it's like you gotta do these crazy numbers for minuscule money. So I'm not saying that the views are nothing. I'm just saying for them views, they paying nothing. And to also, just to put it into perspective, YouTube is one of the highest paying ones, and it takes 1 million views to get about $3,000. Just to put it into perspective.
You could clearly see my algorithm don't stop moving. I'm like, and then like when people don't talk to me for a while and you ask me that stupid ass question, oh, well, what's going on? Do you got any like movies or anything? I'm like, what the like, how do you fucking have the audacity to ask somebody you know that literally started off in the same area as you, that surpassed you?
I'm really trying to give you the floor, but I really, like, right here, it's like you're whining for nothing. I don't understand how you can take somebody asking you if you have any movies or anything, like they just know your life. Maybe they missed it. People are asking you to inform them just in case it was something they didn't see, because obviously you're going to have an obscure project because you're not an A-list actor. You're not going to be on the screen with Denzel. You're not going to be out there with Robert Downey Jr. and all that, with the Avengers or whatever. You're not going to be out there with those people. You're not doing films with the Scarlett Johanssons and all these people. So yes, they have to ask you. You're not a headliner. You know what I'm saying? You got to get asked so they can find it. How is that hating?
Times a million. And you have the audacity to fucking sit over there and ask me a stupid ass question like that. Especially if I ain't talked to you for a while, or especially if you're not doing it your fucking self.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't listen to this. Like, this is ridiculous. You haven't talked to me in a while, and you have the audacity to ask me a question about what I've been doing. How else can they keep up? Do you understand how conversation works? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? If I haven't seen someone in, let's say, a year or two, and they ask me, hey man, what you been doing as far as XYZ? You know what you do? You answer, oh yeah, bro, I've been doing this. You know, you can check it out if you like. Oh, okay, cool. What about you? I mean, last time I seen you, you was doing some carpentry, you was working on cars, or, maybe building houses or whatever they would be doing. They'd be like, oh yeah, bro, I got a company now. Or yeah, I work for such and such still, holler at me if you need. That's how you make connections. That is how you make connections from talking to people. Like, how is this an issue for somebody to ask you about something relevant to your life? If anything, you seem like the off one, because they're actually listening to you and they're paying attention to what you're saying, and they're trying to find out where you gone from there. Like, you out of your mind. Dude, bro, you crazy.
It's like motherfuckers be like on some low key envy. They're trying to throw sneaky shots. Like there was this one guy, right? That I used to. How many of you guys remember the old streams? Remember the streams where I used to stream with like DT and this other guy?
I remember when you was sitting next to dude throwing controllers, almost hitting him with it.
Remember I did like 2 streams with him or whatever. So one of the other guys, it was the Hispanic dude. I stopped talking to this dude because he said some dumb troll one time. Like he said something like, he probably said it as playful, but to me I take it as troll. Because you don't work out like me, you don't hit the gym like me.
On the internet, way too much. You can't even take a joke. You do understand when people are friends with people, that are just around people make jokes. Hell, even strangers make jokes. You can't take a joke. Mentally untouchable.
None of that type of out of saying body type, nothing. He said something like, oh bro, what's good with you, blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, what's popping, this and that. He's like, oh, this and that. And I was like, all right, that's cool. He's like, have you started hitting those legs yet? I'm like, bro, how could a
why you mad? He's right, bro. You can't skip leg day or you're gonna wind up with a Johnny Bravo. You mad because they made a joke? You mad because they asked you a legitimate question? Damn, you sensitive, bro.
How could a fat nigga talk to me about legs or anything working out? Like, my discipline is different than yours. I got abs. I think about everything that I put in my body every day. Every time before I put something in my fucking mouth, I think about how it's gonna come out of my asshole. Like I think about what it's gonna do to my body, so on and so forth. So I stopped talking to the dude. I said, man, I ain't responding to this nigga. Like, bro, don't contact me on some weird shit. So I'm like, All right, fuck it. Didn't respond. Then the dude was like, "Oh, what's good, bro? I haven't talked to you in a bit. I'm moving to such and such. I want to know if you want to hang out before I'm moving." Man, I said, "Fuck that." Left it on red.
Like, y'all be just out of curiosity, y'all be like hanging with people before they move. I mean, I've seen where females do this, where it's like guys and females, and then they want to kick it one more time before they leave or go off to wherever they go in college, new job, out of the state. Like I've heard of that, but like the homies, like the bros, like unless you like a bro and y'all, but even then you can play on live. Like I ain't really. I'm gonna be real with you, bro. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Because by then I'd already cut you off. Like, because to me, don't come at me with the troll when you don't outwork me at any capacity in life. You don't outwork me at all when it comes to life. I'm like, all right, whatever. So recently, man, this motherfucker hit me, right? I'm gonna just summarize it. So recently, the dude hit me. He was like, "Yo, what's good, bro? It's been a while, blah, blah, blah. Just checking in, this and that." I was like, "Been excellent. How's the such and such life?" To whatever place he moved. And he was like, "Oh, it's good. I've been a lot healthier, blah, 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 blah." Any big life changes outside of no longer being in your apartment from months ago? Now, remember when I posted that peace sign on my story?
Nah, bro, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Honestly, I just think you being sensitive. Cause I mean, if somebody trying to find out what you're doing, they're gonna ask you. And if the last thing that they seen, like just out in the open that they caught was the apartment, wouldn't they ask? If they wanted, why wouldn't you just tell them? If you truly doing something like you saying you're doing, why not just answer the question? You know what you remind me of? You worse than these rappers out here. These rappers who got these huge ass egos that thinks the world is just supposed to know who they are and what they're doing. It's like, bro, I got bills to pay and real life stuff going on. I ain't worried about you. Like, so if I ask you, enlighten me about what I'm asking you. Otherwise, I'm not keeping up with you like that. I got other stuff going on. But my feedback on it is the fact that you being sensitive and you being soft about it and you mentally touched. Get over it, bro. It ain't that deep. But let's go ahead and move on to this next segment.
I'm in the spot. Y'all. You know Joe Budden's number one when he's getting under people's skin by just giving his opinion on an album, because that's what happened with Metro Boomin, and it sent him into a tweet storm.
And first off, Metro, we gotta have a talk, brother. I heard about a lot of your rants and the things that you were saying and talking about, oh, y'all didn't go outside and y'all just don't get it, brother. Listen. You gotta understand how to take constructive criticism. We were all there. You're talking to people who came from a generation before you. We were outside. There was no internet. Our internet was AOL dial-up. We were around the times of MySpace, Kazaa, and all of that. These are the people you're talking to. So when you're coming at Budden and various others who are telling you, bro, this ain't the vibe. Like, it might be the vibe for someone else. It might be the vibe from Atlanta. But what I heard, brother, I didn't hear not a single banger on this album. And I was looking. This is not reminiscent of the Waka Flocka or the Roscoe Dashes or nothing of that era or that time. This ain't that, none of that. This is nothing like any of that stuff. It doesn't bang like any of it. It doesn't set it off like any of it. When it comes on, you're like, okay. Still to this day, if you put on any of the hits from that time, it's like, all right, okay. But I put that album on, I was like, bro, what is this? What are you trying to do? I don't understand what you're trying to do. And again, I just take it as it cannot be for me. I cannot be the audience that you're talking to. That's fine. But if you're a creator, it's never good to put something out and then get mad at the people who don't understand the project or don't like it because you put it out. We're just giving you constructive criticism. And from what I heard, it sounds like a freestyle. It just sounds like a huge freestyle album. This is nothing like, this ain't no Andre 3000. This ain't no T.I. from back then. This is not Gucci from then. This is not, don't make me start pulling up tracks. Don't make me start going in my bag of tracks, because I still listen to those songs till this day. And nothing on that album was reminiscent of anything like that.
Now, this all started with Metro Boomin's recent project, mixtape, album, I don't even know what he wants to call it, called The Futuristic Summer. He said this one was going to be very different, and then people were saying, like, dog, you telling us this is going to be different, and you've got Quavo as a feature, Future, as a feature. And
in all fairness, a lot of these people were on at that time, but you're trying to make something reminiscent, but these people are in their mid 30s and their 40s. When these people came out making these songs, they were teenagers. They were like 19 through 25. You know, they really weren't even in their 30s yet, for real. They were either just getting into their 30s or they were still kind of in the 20s range. So now you're doing the Will Smith. Will Smith has come out trying to make songs like a 19, 20-year-old or even early 20s, 30ish. And it's like, brother, you're going on 60. You can't make, like, the Joyner stuff is cool, but you can't come out here making kid music. These are grown ass people that you're trying to reminisce with kid. You get what I'm saying? It's a conundrum. You can't do it. That blip in time belongs to that time. You can't relive it. It happened when it happened. It is what it is. Stop doing The Last of Us, brother. Like, no more Last of Us. Just make a new project. I get what you wanted to do, but it just didn't work.
What was it? Young Thug as well? I don't know. And Lil Baby. Yeah, that was another one. And we come to find out that actually the track list is quite diverse. And Joe Budden gave his own thoughts on this on his podcast, and that's what sent everything into motion. So I'm going to play you guys the first clip right now.
Metro Boomin finally put out his futuristic summer album. First listen, it's, how can I say it?
It's retro.
Yeah.
And I saw people talking about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this might be dope.
He was trying what Kendrick did, but it didn't work. Like, when Kendrick took the tracks that he took the star power of the hits and he kind of revamped them. So especially when you're talking about the songs that he sampled, the music, you had the If This World Were Mine, the way that he took them and made them and paid homage with it. It was a certain way. He did it in a kind of a Kanye throwback Kanye before all the other stuff. Kind of fat. We're talking about College Dropout type of, celebrity overnight, all that. We're taking it back to that. Okay, it had a feel of that. So you're trying to make an entirely new song to pay homage to what was, and it just didn't work.
And I put it on, and I gotta say I wasn't ready, because he did a really good job of tapping into like 2005 Atlanta.
Honestly, he didn't know. The only way to do that is to be from that time or be making music in that time. That's like trying to make another Hit 'Em Up in 2025. It's not gonna work. You can't make another California Love. That song only works, and it's still a hit now, but it only works in 1993 because of what was going on and when they made it and who was there and how old they were. So you cannot recapture something in an entirely different era. That's just not how it works. That's like people trying to go back to wearing tall tees now. It just ain't the same. Like, at that point in time when everybody was wearing tall tees and all of that, and then to the point that Andre 3000 took a shot at it for that, the same way with T-Pain and the auto tunes, and then everybody doing auto tune, then Jay-Z respond. You see what I'm saying? So there was a lot of different things that were going on at the time that shaped a lot of things going on. And without all of that there, a lot of that influenced the music, and it affected how the music was made. So when you take away all of those elements, there's no way for you to recreate that. A lot of the inspiration from the music came from the era and whatever was going on, whoever was influencing at the time. You've had over 10 to 15 years of Aubrey Graham, Future, and various other artists, the same rinse, repeat, all of that. How can you possibly recreate this other sound? You could try, but it ain't gonna work.
Hip hop vibes.
I gotta find the right time when I'm supposed to listen to this. I think
like
that's what it is.
Yeah, when I was listening in the car, I was like, this might be better like at nighttime.
No, what that means is that it's buns. It's straight up buns. There is no anybody who's dealt in the industry. Anybody, you can leave it in the comment section below. What's the first rule? I'm gonna give you 15. You better be started within 15 seconds or you're done. They're not gonna sit here and be like, oh yeah, this ain't the right time to listen to it. Yeah, maybe I should listen to this by myself. I think it's best if I'm riding around in my car. No, that's not how it works. That's not how the music industry works. Yes, you have a reputation, so they're giving you grace, But when people, when they listen to your album, you don't have an opportunity to try to get them into it. If you aren't off rip, if you're not dragging them in off rip, if you're not coming in with the ether, you're not coming in with a one mic, you're not coming in with the Caribou Lou, you're not coming in with an Amatel, you're not you get what I'm saying? If you're not coming in like a Hobson or with an ill mind, if you are not coming in and you're not captivating them immediately within 10 to 15 seconds, it's a wrap. And you better not do a 3-for-3 dud. If they pick random songs, because you got two ways you can do this. You can do either the first 3, or you can say, hey, pick a track at random. And if they pick 3 at random and they are all buns, it's a wrap. It doesn't matter if, oh, no, my good track is track 11. No, if they pick 3 tracks at random and they're buns, the whole album is buns. That's how it works. And you get 15 seconds. That's how it works. That is how it works. There is no stipulations. There's no, oh, yeah, well, if I listen to it at 5:30 p.m. No. Soulja Boy with that crank that, no. It hit or it didn't. That was it. Stop the cope. We don't need the cope. It was buns. I ain't done. You know what? I was about to let it go back. Sierra. When Sierra's track is Sierra, boom, dropped, and then that Jazzy Faye came in there. There was T.I., Let's Get Away. You had, seriously, think about this. Think about it. In the first, when you did not have a lot of notoriety, or you did sort of, they didn't wait. DMX, when he came in, Where the Hood at, Who We Be, off rip. What They Really Want, Cisco DMX, Missy Elliott, Missy E. Come on, what are we talking about? Genuine. What are we talking about? The minute when that beat come on and that track start, you got them 4 bars. You better catch their attention, unless you just like a Michael Jackson or somebody, or a Prince, where you're just that person, where it damn near doesn't matter what you do. They give you so much grace. It just got to be a 60% album. You better come with some fire. And this is why I'm so critical of people in this age, because you ain't got to compete for real. You don't have to really compete. Ludacris, with the dog, don't even get me started on his area codes and all that, pimping all over the world. User, come on, bro. I don't even need to get started. Y'all, I'm over here stumbling on my words because they're so Trick Daddy. Trick love the kids, man, bro. I'm losing my train of thought. It is really 50 Cent in the club. Ja Rule always on time. Come on, bro. And these are different types of songs, but when they dropped, Ashanti, when these songs dropped, it was within 10 to 15 the Baby. Not the Baby. I mean, the baby. The one where they sampled the old joint and she was. Come on, man, bro. Y'all tripping. You tripping, bro. You tripping. I get it. With an artist, Fragile. He says, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ish. I get it, bro. I get it. You're an artist and you sensitive. But you didn't have not a single one track on that album that hit like any of these songs I mentioned. Not one. And you can use whatever excuse you want. Man, this was for Atlanta only. All right, bro. I hear what you're saying. But nobody makes an album cater to somewhere that they don't want to resonate everywhere else. Because if you're making a project, a mixtape project, just cause, why even drop it? What are you dropping it for? Nobody releases a project that they don't want the world to listen to. Yeah, man, I only wanted these 86 people to listen to it. What are you talking about? That's stupid. That's like me dropping a YouTube video saying, yeah, bro, I only care about the 2,000 people that subbed to me to watch it. No, I want 100,000 people to watch this. I do. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I just made it from my hometown. No, I wanted more people to watch it. Be honest with yourself.
Girls around. That might work.
2005.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a shame that as music consumers, we have to do that now. I mean, we do have to do it.
You got to, because...
But we got to figure out where some music is meant to be played.
For sure.
Fam, you put the wrong music on in the wrong setting, and it will make you hate it.
Nah, not like that, it don't.
Music on in the wrong setting, and it will make you hate it. Metro, I'm taking you off of my instant purchase list. I saw you up there. I didn't know you was dropping. I bought it because you've been on a run, and I clicked it. I skipped your intro because I always skip an intro.
So you really know that somebody has a strong, you could say, history with people when they start not giving excuses, but they start giving grace like this. If this was a producer that they didn't have a history with, and knowing that their music was great over years upon years, they would just be like, man, I played a couple of songs of this and this was whack. They're not going to say, yo, I really need to figure out where's the right place to turn this on.
Exactly. Because every single banger that I heard, it didn't matter what time I heard it. I heard bangers at 1 a.m. I heard bangers at 5 p.m. I've heard if it banged when it came on, it didn't matter what time it was on. Now, it'd be more appropriate depending on the environment that you're in, and you know it bang. You're like, yeah, I'm listening to that when I'm get to the crib tonight. Or, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this when I'm riding around with the homies. There is an appropriate time, but you know it's still a banger when you hear it. And there's no amount of cope and excuses that can fix the fact that the project is no good. You just gotta, you know what I'm saying? You try something, nothing wrong with that. Like, nobody's faulting you for trying. But what I do have to fault you for is the cope. You can't come out here coping. What you gotta do is, you gotta listen to what people are saying, accept the constructive criticism, and improve from there. That's the most you can do, Metro. But if you kicked it with your boy this long, I appreciate you hanging with me. Links in the description below like always. And in the meanwhile, I'm out. Have a good one.